got an angel. She doesn't wear any wings. She wears a heart that can melt my own. She wears a smile that can make me wanna sing. She gives me presents with a presence alone. She gives me everything I could wish for. She gives me kisses on the lips just for coming home. She can make angels. I've seen it with my own eyes. You've gotta be careful when you've got good love, 'cause them angels will just keep on multiplying. But you're so busy changing the world. Just one smile and you could change all of mine. We share the same soul. Oh, 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 oh. We share the same soul. Oh, 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 oh. Share the same soul. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh.
Mahalo. Oh, na ikahala me kaligua. E hallelujah. Norinake noe. Oko no kahikimai. Ahikimai no oko. Ahikipuno me ke aloha. Ahikipuno me ke aloha. Aloha, aloha, aloha. The Ole Aloha is a chant which offers a word of greeting. It says in part, this is the sight for which you have longed, and now that you have come, love has come with you. Kurt, Natalie, today, we meet by the sea as the two of you become one. Here where the earth meets this constant and unlimited force. And as are these waters, may the love you share be limitless, flowing, and ever-changing. For those of us who call Hawaii home, the flower lei is a symbol of love. A Hawaiian wedding often begins, as it does today, with the exchange of leis and a kiss. And we do this for several reasons. One is the lei is an unbroken circle, like the rings that will soon be blessed and exchanged, representing the eternal commitment of your hearts together. And also, as each flower is brought into the circle, it loses none of its individual beauty, reminding us that in the unity of your love, you have lost none of your unique individuality. In fact, the loving care and nurturing security of your relationship helps you grow even more fully into that special person with whom your partner fell in love. And as you exchange these leis, you will now begin to weave your own lei of life. So Kurt, if you don't mind, I'll start with you. Can you make a little heart shape if you want there? Loving aloha, I would ask you to please present this lei to Natalie. And it kind of slides like kind of half over the, yeah, perfect. You got it. Perfect. Yay. And now we get to the fun part. We have a traditional saying, Honi Kavaha. Please give her a kiss.
Love you, baby.
And Natalie, I could hold that for you, and I would ask you with loving aloha to please present this lei to Kurt. And kind of goes on to saying, yeah, about half, slide it half to the, yeah, perfect. And Honi Kavaha, please give him a kiss. Yay. I'll give that back to you. Honi means kiss. Ka is like the article the, and Vaha, it's a W but pronounced as a V, kind of Spanish like, means on the mouth. So literally it means give him or her a kiss on the mouth. Yeah, and have you been here before? You return trip? Well, welcome back. All right. Then you know you've been here before. You know we like kissing.
Yes.
So we like to get that little head start. We don't wait till the end of the ceremony. Now at the middle, at the end, of course.
Oh, good.
So anytime you feel like it, just go right ahead, okay? Yay! Perfect. Or anytime I say Honi Kavaha, you know what to do, right?
Like Simon says,
I like
this.
Excellent. Yay. Dearly beloved, we're gathered here today to celebrate the love of you, Natalie, and Kurt, as you make your pledges of marriage before God. Jesus Christ was once asked, what is the greatest law that mankind must follow? And he answered them by saying that we must love God with all our hearts and love our neighbors as ourselves. And I think that when he said these words, he touched upon something we all feel very deeply in our hearts, and that is that love is the greatest gift we can offer one another. And that is what makes marriage so very special and such a cause of joy and celebration for all of us who've come here today to share with you in this event. And if I could take just a moment to mention all those family and friends who aren't with us here in body today, but are certainly with us here in spirit. And we want to receive all their love and energy and support to complete this circle of love that you're making here today. Because marriage, if it's not about family or ohana, as we would say here in the islands, then I'm not sure what it is about. It's a creation of a new family. It's a merging, it's a joining of two families. And you're the foundation, but your love, your relationship, your marriage spreads out to encompass and embrace all those family and friends. Not only of which you receive love and support, but you give that love and support as well. So they're with us here today for sure. It's not too late back there now, so they're probably still up looking at their watches and clocks going, okay, must be about time now they're getting married, right? Might have a text or a tweet or two or something waiting for you when you get done. So, but I can feel their love, and I commend you for just doing it yourselves and keeping the focus on you. And you can have the party when you go back, right?
Right.
You know,
That's
so
right.
this is best of both worlds, I'd say. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So marriage is an act of faith and an ever-deepening commitment, as well as a loving union between this man and this woman. It has been described as the best and most important relationship that two people can share, and that is the creation of a single growing energy of spiritual life. Marriage can and should be a lifelong unfolding of loving kindness, backed by the will to make it last. There is no limit to the knowing of another soul. And when you learn to love one person, then you grow in love for all of humanity. We hope that the words and spirit of our gathering may be filled with a truth that will deepen with the passing years. We hope, too, that the meaning of the vows that you, Natalie, and Kurt are about to share with one another will deepen as well, as you discover the endless possibilities of this life together. And this is a love which need not be tarnished by common events, but which can flower both in the deepest adversity and the greatest joy. As the years go by, you will find more and more in one another a loveliness which neither comes nor goes, which neither flowers nor fades, no longer even taking the form of face or hand or words of knowing. Everything in your marriage can partake of this mysterious beauty beyond beauty, until wherever you turn, you see reflections of this loveliness. We ask that the vision that you have of one another be always informed by that radiant power which first brought you together. Love is stronger than your conflicts, bigger than life's changes. It's the miracle, always inviting you to learn, to blossom, to expand. It is to love that you must always return. The ceremony of marriage in which you come to be united today is one of the first and oldest ceremonies in all the world, celebrated in the beginning in the presence of God Himself. Marriage is a gift in that we give ourselves totally to one another. I believe that marriage is a gift given to comfort the sorrows of life and to magnify life's joys. Marriage is a clasping of hands. It's a blending of two hearts. It's the union of two lives into one. And your marriage must stand not by the authority of the state, nor by the seal on your wedding certificate, but by the strength and power of the faith and love you have in one another. Kurt, Natalie, a vast unknown future stretches out before you. And that future, with its hopes, its challenges, its joys, and its sorrows, is hidden from your eyes. But it is a great tribute to your belief in God and in each other that you're willing to share that life together. May the pure, simple love with which you join hearts and hands today never fail, but grow deeper and stronger and more certain with every year that you spend together. We're here today to remember and rejoice with you, and to recount with one another that it is love that guides us on our path, and to celebrate as you begin in a new way and indeed continue this journey in life together. It is in this spirit that you've come here today to exchange your vows. So Natalie, if you don't mind, if I could hold your bouquet, I would ask you to please turn face one another and join hands to express your vows of love and devotion, each to the other.
Natalie, I love you. You filled me. You've been there. You mean everything to me. I vow to protect you, keep you safe, keep you loved, keep you strong. I want to be your husband forever. I promise to always be yours. I love you too.
Kurt, I promise to always be yours, to love you, to make you laugh, to care for you, and have you know every day how much you're loved. I promise not to take you for granted. I want to see you smile. I want to be yours forever.
Thank you. I love you.
I love you.
So, Kurt, as you go, this is good. Keep holding hands, looking at each other. This is perfect. I love it. I love it. Um, well, I'll ask you. Those are really beautiful vows. I do have some ceremony vows. If you would you like to? Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Well, Kurt, if you don't mind, I'll start with you. And all I would ask of you is that you just look into your bride's most beautiful eyes. Keep your ears on me, and we'll do this together.
All right.
And we're going to rotate, just rotate each other. No, this is good. You keep looking at each other. A little bit more. I'm getting the word here. Okay. Perfect. I, Kurt.
I, Kurt.
Take you, Natalie.
Take you, Natalie.
To be my wife.
To be my wife.
To have and to hold.
To have and to hold.
From this day forward.
From this day forward.
For better or for worse.
For better, for worse.
For richer or for poorer.
For richer, for poor.
In sickness and in health.
In sickness and in health.
In sadness and in joy.
In sadness and in joy.
I promise to love.
I promise to love.
And cherish you.
And cherish you.
For as long as we both shall live.
As long as we both shall live.
And Natalie, as you look into Kurt's eyes, I would ask you to please repeat this vow to him, saying after me. I, Natalie.
I, Natalie.
Take you, Kurt.
Take you, Kurt.
To be my husband.
To be my husband.
To have and to hold.
To have and to hold.
From this day forward.
From this day forward.
For better or for worse.
For better or for worse.
For richer or for poorer.
For richer or for poorer.
In sickness and in health.
In sickness and in health.
In sadness and in joy.
In sadness and in joy.
I promise to love.
I promise to love.
And cherish you.
And cherish you.
For as long as we both shall live.
For as long as we both shall live.
Perfect.
Only fools rush in, for I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin? For I can't help falling in love with you. Like the river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you, for I can't help falling in love with
The Word of God tells us what love is like and what love does. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is not jealous. Love does not brag and is not arrogant. Does not act unbecomingly. Does not seek its own. It is not provoked, and it does not take into account a wrong suffered. It does not rejoice in unrighteousness, but rejoices with the truth. For love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, and endures all things. But above all, love never fails. Having this kind of love in your hearts, you have chosen to exchange rings as a sign and seal of the promises you're making to one another this day. So you guys are doing great. Keep holding hands, looking at each other. I will ask for their blessing, say a few words, and then give each to the other. And you guys just keep holding hands, looking at each other. It's beautiful. May God bless these rings as a symbol of this affectionate unity. Rings are very large in their significance. They're made of precious metal and precious stone. And this reminds us that love is neither cheap nor common, but indeed, love is very valuable and dear to us. And these rings were also made in a circle, and their design tells us that we must keep love continuous throughout our whole lives, even as the circle of the rings are continuous. So whether you are together or apart, even for just a moment, may these rings be a constant reminder of the promises you're making to one another this day. So Kurt, if you don't mind, I'll start with you, and I would ask you to please place this ring on Natalie's left ring finger. Holding her hands in yours and looking once again into those gorgeous eyes of hers, I would ask you to please repeat this promise to her, saying after me, my Natalie.
My Natalie.
With this ring, I seal my promise.
I seal my promise.
To be your faithful.
To be your faithful.
And loving husband.
And loving husband.
As God is my witness.
As God is my witness.
And Natalie, I would ask you to please place this ring on Kurt's left ring finger. Perfect. And holding his hands in yours and looking once again into those strong, handsome eyes of his. Because he's got nice eyes. He does.
He does.
Natalie, we give the boys a little credit up here. You got us beat by a mile, but got nice eyes there, Kurt. Very nice. And I know Natalie thinks so.
I do.
She knows so. And so once again, holding his hands in yours and looking into those handsome eyes of his, I would ask you to please repeat this promise to him, saying after me, my Kurt.
My Kurt.
With this ring,
I
seal my promise.
I seal my promise.
To be your faithful.
To be your faithful.
And loving wife.
And loving wife.
As God is my witness.
As God is my witness.
Yay.
Awesome.
Let us pray. Let us kiss first.
You gave us free.
It's beautiful is all I can say. As a matter of fact, Honi Kavaha. Perfect. And now, if you don't mind, I'll say a short prayer for us.
Thank you.
O thou eternal God, who art our Father and our friend, as you have heard these words of promise just spoken, may the Holy Spirit deepen in the mind of this man and this woman the sense of the sacred and binding power of their vows. And as in thy name these words were spoken to make these two lives one, may your rich blessing be added. Give them your grace and guidance that they may loyally fulfill the vows they have just taken. When selfishness shows itself, grant generosity. When mistrust is a temptation, give moral strength. When there is misunderstanding, give patience and gentleness. Sufferings should become a part of their lives. Give them a strong faith and an abiding love, that thus they may be a blessing to each other and to those about them. Amen. So may this shining hour be an open door through which you, Natalie and Kurt, will go forth to build that dearest of all relationships, a happy marriage. And may the years ahead deal gently with you, and walking together, may you find far more in life than either would have found alone. And if I may offer you just one more wedding blessing, if that's all right? Okay. In joining your lives together, may God grant you both love, to afford each other a special quality of time together, joy in the accomplishments of one another, understanding that your interests and desires will not always be the same, friendship based on mutual trust, courage to speak of a misunderstanding and to work on a solution before the setting of the sun, compassion to comfort each other in pain and sorrow, foresight to realize that rainbows follow rainy days, imagination to keep with you the part of the child you used to be, mirth from your sense of humor, and awareness to live each day with the knowledge there is no promise of tomorrow. And may God bless you both and keep you in the palm of His hand, and may the love that I see and feel so strongly between the two of you only continue to grow and overflow and nurture your lives together. And if you have to have any pain in this life, well, let it be champagne. Bless you both.
Very nice.
Kurt, Natalie, you've come here today before me, and far more importantly, before God, and have expressed your desire to become husband and wife. You have shown your love and affection by joining hands and have made promises of faith and devotion, each to the other. And you have sealed these promises by the giving and receiving of the rings. Therefore, it's truly my great pleasure, it's my honor, it's my privilege to pronounce that you're a husband and wife and husband together. So Kurt, would you please kiss that most beautiful bride of yours again?
See trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies blue, clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark Maui night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, also on the faces of people passing by. See friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry and I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than we'll know, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney top. That's where you'll find me, somewhere
Congratulations. Yay. I'll give that to you, and I'll just do one more thing here for everybody back home. Just one more thing here. It would be my pleasure and my honor if I could introduce for the first time Mr. and Mrs. Kurt and Natalie Ballard.
Yay!
Yeah!
You look so wonderful in your dress. I love your hair like that. The way it falls on the side of your neck, down your shoulders and back. We are surrounded by all of these lies, and people that talk too much. You got the kind of look in your eyes as if no one knows anything but us. Should this be the last thing I see, I want you to know it's enough for me. 'Cause all that you are is all that I'll ever need. So in love, so in love, so in love, so in love. You look so beautiful in this light, your silhouette over me. The way it brings out the blue in your eyes is the Tenerife Sea. And all of the voices surrounding us here, they just fade out when you take a breath. Just say the word and now we'll disappear into the wilderness. Should this be the last thing I see, I want you to know it's enough for me. 'Cause all that you are is all that I'll ever need. So in love, so in love, so in love, 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 so in love. You look so wonderful in your dress. I love your hair like that. And in the moment I knew you better.